So in Python, we are discussing Python dictionaries. Dictionaries is also a collection of values, but here the collection of values is in the form of key value pair. By key value pair, we mean that values are given like this. For example, name, colon John, age 25, grade A. So here also you can see we have three comma separated values, but these three comma separated values are key value pairs. Okay, the name dictionary comes from dictionary, right? In dictionary what happens is it is given like this: apple, a fruit, a healthy fruit, something like this, right? So word and meaning are given in a dictionary. If you say Python, the meaning would be something like a programming language, a type of snake, something like this. So here in our case, we are just storing them inside a curly bracket. So if you will just store it inside a curly bracket, then it becomes a dictionary. Okay. For storing it inside a curly bracket, you just have to separate every key value pair with a comma, and then obviously we can store this object in a variable. Let's say my dictionary. So this way you can create your own vocabulary also. Like if the word is this, what will be the meaning? If the word is this, what will be the meaning? So simply here also you can see we have something like this, and here also in the dictionary we have three people. So in such cases the property of dictionary can be defined. So a dictionary is a collection of key value pairs. It is unordered because here order doesn't matter. Whether you put age above name or name below grade, the order won't matter. So this is unordered. But it is mutable. We can change these values. We can change age of this person. We can change grade of this person, so that we will just see. And it is also indexed. So when we created a list, for example, let's say a student is equal to, let's say a student list is equal to, so here we, when we created a list, in list it was like this. Okay, and for example John 25, grade A. So we could have created something like this, right? Student list John 25. So here by default the index is 0, 1 and 2. 0 for John, 1 for 25 and 2 for A. So this is by default. But in this case, the index is these keys. So we can say in list, we can define our own custom index also. So now suppose we have to access value of a particular index. So we can access it like this: student name is equal to. So if you will simply write student name, it will show you John. If you will write student age, you can see all the dictionary keys are now available. So it will show you 25. So this is like a structured data, we can say. Okay, name is John, age is 25, grade is A, and we can also store a tabular data in a dictionary. So let's say we have a data set like this. Okay, so in this data set, these region, product, sales, profit, and discount, these headers can be considered as a key, and their values can be north, south, east, west. Okay, so let's try to create this. So here let's say we have sales data is equal to, and we create a curly bracket here. Okay, in the curly bracket, let's say we write region. Now in region, the value can be a list also. So we will write north, right, south, east, west. So this way we have said that in our data there are four regions. Okay, then in every region a product is sold, like laptop, monitor, keyboard, mouse. Okay, so what can we do here? We just use a comma here, and we will create our second key, that is product. In product key we will write laptop, monitor, keyboard, mouse. So this way we are simply learning how to store or create a tabular data in a dictionary, right? And then you have sales. So you can write something like, what is your sales? So sales will be like this. Let's say laptop is sold at 1500, monitor is sold at 1200, keyboard is sold at 150, mouse is sold at 100, something like that. Okay. Now, how are these relevant, and how will we know that in North laptop is sold at 1500? Because we studied in the previous chapters that list is a ordered collection of data. So when we are saying value of a key is a string, so it is a single value. But when we are saying value of a key is a list, so in that particular case, every order, like what is the what is east here? 0, 1, 2. What is 2 in sales? 0, 1, 2. So this will automatically create a list, and with this list we can create a tabular data. Okay. Now Python alone, the core Python alone cannot do this, like convert this dictionary into a tabular data. So later we will also study pandas. So import pandas. Pandas is a library that is used mostly for data processing. Okay, we have a dictionary data, a very lightweight way of storing values, and we will say pandas dot data frame. Like we are trying to create a data frame. Data frame is a 2D structure. So data frame is a two-dimensional size mutable array. We will study that later, but I am just giving you one line of code, pandas.dataframe, and we'll say data frame sales data. Okay, and when you will say this, let's see what happens. You can now see. So sales data can now be read as a table. Okay, so that is one very big advantage of dictionary, that in dictionary the key value pair can be like this, and that's why a dictionary can store multiple lines of multiple columns of tabular data. And in Google Colab you can enable calculation. Okay, you can enable suggest charts, so it will automatically create some graphs for you, right? This is a waterfall kind of chart, 2D categorical distribution, a line chart. This type of charts it will automatically create for you. You can see for your values how the values are increasing, but we will see a more controlled way of creating these charts, but just giving you an example. So this is one of the best uses of dictionary. And when we talk about APIs, so when we talk about APIs, this is a simple API of a WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a platform where you can create e-commerce websites. So in your e-commerce websites there are multiple products, and this is the example. Like if you want to list all your customers, so on your website those customers or products are stored in a very easy to understand way. Let's say list all products. Okay, let me show you a simple website. So let's say this is a website. Okay, in this website many products are listed. You can see, like, Ace and Nitro, this, that, many products are listed, and some of them are outdated, out of uh, you know stock, but they are listed. So here when you will list all products of any such website, so the response that you will get is in this format. But if you will see closely, this is a square bracket, this is a curly bracket. So a square bracket is a list, right? A curly bracket is a dictionary, and in a dictionary you can see we have key value pairs. Okay, so this is key, this is value, ID of the product, name of the product, ship your idea, slug this, permalink this, like this is the URL where you can get your product. What type of product is it, its price, its sales price, right? So you can see related IDs, you can see the entire data, and you will see only two things: square brackets and curly brackets. And we know that a square bracket is a list and curly bracket is a dictionary when value is given like this. So the simple information, like even if you want to see customers, like list all customers, so you can see ID, when was this customer created, when was this customer modified, its email, first name, last name, role, username, billing information, shipping information, right? Now important thing, when we are writing billing information, so in billing information we are writing another dictionary. Okay, so it is a nested dictionary. We will learn all of this, but the main purpose of learning this is when we will learn dictionaries, later when we will learn JSON and fetching data from a JSON API, so it will become very easy. Now JSON is a way of transmitting data from one place to another, right? So in JSON we can easily transmit data, and you can transmit like this. Okay, this is a dog facts API, a very simple API. So it will return you fact like this. Okay, there are many news APIs which return data in form of a news. So we will use them, and there is a list of all public APIs. It's available on GitHub, so you can use them. So there are many products that beginners can do. Let's say a weather product. Okay, so for weather you can see many uh, websites are there which are providing API information, like weather information in API. Okay, so we will study about this. Now this is one way of storing sales data. Okay, this is one way of storing a player's name. So we just have to remember two things: write dictionary inside a list, or so here for example sales data is equal to, and here we can write dictionary inside a list. So let's say a list is like this. Okay, and in this you can see something like this. So region north product laptop sales 1500, region south product monitor sales this. So here what do we have is, here in our sales data we have two dictionaries. Okay, and suppose you want to see sales of north here, what can you do? So you can write sales data, and in your list there are two elements. First element is a dictionary, second element is a dictionary. So you will just write 0. When you will write 0, because it's a list, it will select your first dictionary. Okay. Now in you have selected your first dictionary. Now you want to see the sales. So you will simply write sales. So this way you can see the sales of north, because as per our arrangement, north comes at order 0. If you want to see sales of south, you will write 1 here. Okay. So you will see 1200. So we will discuss more of this. This is just the introduction part. So that's why it is very important to learn dictionaries, because this is like a structured data, a 2D structured data. Okay. And most of the JSON APIs that will give you useful data for analysis purpose, or for transmission of data from server to people. So you can either use this model where you put dictionaries inside a list, or you can use this model where you put list inside a dictionary key. Okay. This is more easy to read, right? This is more easy to read, and this is another way. For example, this is another website, and here financial modeling prep API this is. So here you can see stock prices, right? So this is also a list. In the list there are two elements, a dictionary, a dictionary. In every element there are same keys: symbol, symbol, name, name, currency, currency. So and there is stock exchange and exchange name. Okay. So this is also a way of representing data in form of a JSON, JavaScript object notation. But we are learning them as a dictionary, right? This is a dictionary. This is a dictionary. So fetching data, retrieving data will become easy. Now, after having an introduction, let's see what more is there in dictionary. So key features of dictionary, now we have understood it's a key value pair. Each element in dictionary is a pair consisting of unique keys and its associated value. All the keys in dictionary are unique. Duplicate keys are not allowed. If you assign a value to an existing key, the old key value is overwritten. So, for example, let's reconsider this example here. So, here you can see name, age, and grade are already there. Okay. So, if we want to add a new key, something like this. So, way to add a new key, how to add a new key and value. So, to check its mutability. So let's say name, age, grade, and we write student city equal to, it gave me a suggestion, New York. Okay. So here city key was not there, right? So when you will run this and check student dictionary, you will see that the city key is added. Okay. Because this key was not there. But if you write student age is equal to 24, so it will not add a new key. Okay. But it will update information of the old key. So earlier it was 25, now you will see 24. So there is no way to add a dictionary with two same key names. So that is important. Mutable, you can modify, add, or remove key value pairs. Okay. Let's say we want to remove grade from here. So we will write a student grade. There are multiple ways of doing this. So we will write del student grade. Del is a keyword that can be used to delete anything, and it is applicable to list, applicable to tuple, set, string, everything, right? So del can delete a variable or an object. Now when you will see student, you will see the output as this, name John this. So that way we can remove. So you can modify, add or remove key value pair. That is the definition of mutable. Now unordered. If you are running Python 3.7 or above below, in Python 3.7 plus, dictionaries maintain the insertion order. Okay. For example, when we created a dictionary here, when we created the dictionary, this dictionary, sales data, let's create it once again. So when we created this, the order was region, product and sales. Okay. So we write sales data, region, product and sales. So obviously now when you will install Python in your computer, it is a probability that most probably you will have the latest version. But before Python 3.7, this was not the case. It could have been a random output like product first, then region, then sales. Because this curly bracket is also used for a set, right? So in curly bracket, we mostly place unique values comma separated. So that's why it is very important to remember this. After 3.7 plus, dictionaries maintain the insertion order. So we will call them set. We will call them ordered. Keys are immutable. Keys must be of immutable type, that is string, number or tuples. Okay. So the keys that we are going to set should be a string, a number or a tuple. What do we mean by that? Let's say students, and we are storing a student in roll number. So we write 1, name John, age 25, grade A. 2, name Jane, age 22, grade B. Okay. When we are, so here we have created two students, and you can see the key here is a number. So you can simply see we have created our own index, right? If we write student 1 John, if we write student 2 information of Jane. Now suppose we want to know name of second student, so you will write another square bracket and write name here. So this will give you name of the second student. If you want to see name of first student, this. Okay. If you want to print name of both students, let's say there are more students. Okay. So let's say 3 Bob, 4 Alice. So we have 4 students. Okay. Now here we have to manually write it 2, 3. So we have to manually write. How to do that? For example, let's say there is a function length. In length function, if you will write name of your dictionary, it will tell you how many elements are there. So we can see it is telling us there are 4 elements. Okay. So we will simply write for I in range. Okay. 1 to length of a student. Okay. So for I in range 1 to length of a student plus 1, something like that. Because we want to print 5 also. Okay. So when length of a student plus 1 will be given, so it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just trying, and then we say print students I name, and keys can be written inside a double quote or a single quote. Students I name. Okay. We are simply saying for I in range 1 to 4. Okay, but to get that we are dynamically saying this. Okay, let's see what happens. You can see now we can see name of all of them. Okay, similarly if you want to print age, so here we can write one more thing. Names are something like this, right? And we can write grades are and student I grade. You can write something like this also. This way you can get values of all your elements. So name, or we can see name is, because it will give us one by one, and grade is, name is John, grade is A. Let's create a simple separator between them. Name is John, grade is A. Name is Jane, grade is B. Name is Bob, grade is A. So this way, from your data, obviously you will need little bit practice of it, but if you have stored your student information like this and you want to print their information, like you want to print it for public to see properly, so you can just use loop. In your loop, you have to provide for I in range 1 to length of whatever object that is plus 1. Okay, this will give you that. What if we write only length of a student? What if we do that, right? So if we do that, you can see the last value will not be printed. Okay, so you always have to write plus 1 here. That is something that we have studied, that the range function starts from whatever starting value is given but runs up to end value minus 1. Okay, so this is example. Here we studied how to create a dictionary using curly brackets. We can also create dictionary using the DICT constructor. So DICT constructor is there, as we have studied other constructors also, like list constructor is there, like tuple constructor is there. So they can also be used to convert the data types. So in the same way, you can write it like this: DICT constructor, and write name is equal to Alice, age is equal to 30, profession is equal to engineer. So here we are not writing inside curly brackets, but we are using the constructor. In constructor, we are providing these uh, arguments like this. Okay, and now when you will print person, you will get the same output as a dictionary. So this is another way of creating a list. Okay, we can always create an empty dictionary also. So this will create an empty dictionary. We studied that curly brackets are used for set, but an empty set cannot be created like this. If you want to create an empty set, then you have to write the set constructor. Okay, so this is important. For empty set, you have to use the set constructor. For empty dictionary, you have to write this. Okay, you just have to remember this note. Accessing dictionary values is something we have already done. Now there is one more way of accessing values. So for example, we'll take the simple example again, or we have person here, right? We have person here. So one way I told you is person square bracket, and you can select the name of key and it will give you the value. This is one way. Another way is to use the method person dot get, and here you can get the method. So here you can write the key. For example, person dot get profession. So this is another way of printing that value. So whatever is easy for you, you can write a square bracket, and inside the square bracket you can write your key, or you can write a get here, and you can simply write profession. So this is example here, and you have to remember. We already saw modifying the dictionary. So if we try to write it like this, student grade is equal to A, student age is equal to 26, print student. So here also we can modify the values, right? We just saw that. We also saw removing elements. So for removing elements, we have different type of ways. Either we can use a del keyword, which we saw. Remove an item using the del keyword. This is the easiest way. But we can also use pop. So pop is a method of dictionary. In pop, you will provide age. Okay. Pop is something that is present in list. It is also present in set. It is also present in dictionary. Pop is used to remove a value. Okay. So when you will print age, it will give you output 25. So this why we use pop. Pop will remove a value and store it in a variable. Okay. So that is important here. Simply, similarly, we have del keyword. Del can also remove, and to clear the entire dictionary, we can use student.clear. So if you will do this, you will see first it has popped the value printed 25. Okay, print age, print student, output will be like this. So this is what we have printed first output. Then for a student, you can see John and grade will be left. Okay. Then what we have done, we have deleted grade. So only John is left. Then we have cleared the dictionary. So these are our dictionary methods. First method is key, right? Get key. It returns the value. Then there is a method keys. For example, let's say we have a dictionary like this person. So what are the keys here? Name, age, professions. If you will write person dot keys, so you will get all the keys here. And the output that we are getting here, it it returns the view object of all the keys, right? It a view object. So it is just like a list, you can see. So basically it is giving you a list of keys. Okay. So if you will write person dot keys, you can convert it into a list easily. So list person keys, so you will get a list. Okay. So this is a simple example. Similarly, you can also write values if you want to get the values in the same order. Okay, so you can write list person values. So name, age, profession are keys. Alice 30 and junior are values. So this is something that you can get easily, right? So these are the two methods. Then there is items. So items is a view object of all key value pairs as a tuple. Okay. So if you will write this, you will see a very interesting output. So items, you will see key value pair in different tuples. So name Alice, age 30, profession engineer. So this is a list with three tuples. These three tuples belong to three keys and value pairs. So you can see the simple output. Now let's say in your list person items. Okay. Let's say we save this as items. if you will write item 0, you will get the first key value pair. Okay, if you will write item 1, you will get the second key value pair. So this is another way of arranging with them. And this is all important because when you will get actual JSON files, so in your JSON files it can be a nested thing also, right? For example, here you can see in a dictionary we have billing key. In the billing key there is a dictionary. In shipping key is a dictionary. So for example, let's copy this. Okay, so here let's say customer is equal to, so we write it like this. So we are writing our customer starting as a dictionary. Okay, so these are all the keys like first name Jao, last name Silva, role customer, user Jao Silva. But then we have a billing information also. Okay, so this is very important to understand. So like this, right? Incomplete input. Let me check why the incomplete input. So we just have a simple dictionary here. And here suppose we want to fetch the billing information. So we can write something like customer billing email. So this is one way of accessing values inside a nested dictionary. Then we have update. So updates the dictionary with element from another dictionary or iterable. Okay. For example, d dot update key value. Now let's say in customer we have a lot of information, but in customer we don't have information of mm, date, right? Let's say date of birth. So what if we write customer dot update? In update, let's write a dictionary and date of birth, this. Okay, so now we have updated. So we have given some date of birth, and when we will print customer, so you will see a date of birth is added last, right? After billing information is finished, we can see date of birth. So this is update. Then we have pop. So as I told you with pop, so similarly we have pop. Let's say we want to delete the username, just giving an example. So pop username. So it will give the username and it will also delete it. Okay. So when you will see customer, you will see that that is deleted. Oh, sorry, customer. So similarly, we have pop item removes and returns the last inserted key value pair. Okay, pop item. So last inserted is DOB. So let's see. So it is removing DOB, printing it in a tuple and giving us the output like this. Okay. Similarly, we have set default. So returns the value of a key. If the key doesn't exist, insert it with a value. So let's say we write it like this: customer dot set default, and here we are just writing key default. So it is just giving us a default value. Okay. If we will write customer, so you can see a last value is added. If we print customer key default, this is just to return the value of a key if the key doesn't exist. Insert it with a value. Okay. Clear, as I said, it will remove all elements, and copy, as I said, will return a shallow copy. This is just to copy dictionary, one dictionary from another dictionary. So we can write customer dot copy. It will just print the value. So suppose we have to copy it inside another dictionary. So we can use something like new customer is equal to this. Okay. So this will store a copy of new customer. So these are some values. Iterating, we have already seen, running for loops, and you can try these examples also. Nested dictionary is also, I give you example where one dictionary is part of another dictionary, like this. We already also did this nested dictionary thing. And this is dictionary comprehension. So you can, for example, create a dictionary with a square of numbers. Okay. So let's see this example. So here we are saying is squares. Let's say x raised to the power of 2, because this double square is this double asterisk sign is used for exponentiation for x in range 1 to 6. So we are just creating a simple expression here. So this expression will create all squares. Okay. So this particular way of writing is called comprehension. We will study it later also. So here we are just saying x value x raised to the power of 2 for x in range 1 to 6. So just start from 1, go up to 6, and for every value print a square. So you will see 1 is like this, x raised to power x 2, right? For 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 is 16, 5 is 25. Similarly, if you want to do it for cubes, right? So you can do it something like this. So this is easy way to repeat this type of values. And here you can see we have cube of all numbers. So this is dictionary, and we also have common use cases like storing configurations like theme, dark, font, Arial, font size 12, right? Even CSS is also written something like this, right? When you see a cascaded style sheets or a web page, that is also written like a dictionary. We can also use it for counting occurrences like text is equal to hello world, char count is equal to for char intent. We'll show this example later, but it is used for counting occurrences and that can be used in NLP. Database representation, like we just saw, right? Representing a customer value. This is most important usage. So when we compare it with a list, so structure of dictionary is key value pair, list is order collection. We can access by key, we can access by index in list. Duplicate, so dictionary keys must be unique. Duplicates values are allowed in a list, but duplicate indexes are not there. An order maintains the insertion order 3.7 plus. That means after Python 3.7 and plus, and it also maintains the insertion order. So when we will study JSON library, then more use of list and dictionaries will be there. Before that, you should try all of these examples, all of these methods on dictionaries, and see like how you can try to create nested dictionaries, try to create simple dictionaries, try to create dictionary like this, try to you know picture a table and try to create that table like this with simple pandas data frame. Try all of these examples, and later we will learn in next chapters.